with your eyes closed, if you just look in front of or behind your closed eyes, you will see a blank background screen. There might be colors, there might be shapes, swirls, geometric patterns. For now, just notice lightness and darkness. It may be mostly light, it may be mostly dark, it may be gray. There might be movement, mottled mixture of the two, maybe blobs moving around. You might have a dark background with a scintillating, sparkling light on top of it. These are just some of what you might be seeing. We're going to call that blank background field of lightness or darkness. If there's colors, we're not going to get too involved in the color. Just let it be lightness and darkness, and it's a restful place. It's a place to park. There's a tendency to rest the mind, to just park in blank, keeping continuous contact as best you can. And if your attention ever wanders, you always have labels to bring you back. You could say blank or see rest. This is a restful form of seeing. Good. Now I'd like you to deliberately evoke an image of a person or object that is not in this room. And see it. See it, see them. And notice where you see this image. Where you are looking is the center of your image space. That's where you see past and future. That's where most of our suffering lies. Very handy place to note. We tend to not be aware of what's going on there usually because we walk around with our eyes open. We're not paying attention. Knowing that location is helpful. Images of the environment around us will tend to wrap around you more. Images of your body will tend to be down towards your body more. But images of memory, plan, fantasy, past, future tend to be, for most people, in front. Some right inside the eye area, some a couple inches or maybe several away from the body in front. Just notice where your screen is. And as you look at it, you may notice part of the image disappears, is gone, vanishes. Note that. You may notice it flickering in and out. There's a movement. That's a kind of flow. Just like there was a movement in blank, that was a kind of flow. So we're noticing flow, rest, different possibilities with our eyes closed of image. It's very difficult to keep a mental image straight and static for a long period of time. It usually, parts of it move or dissolve. Okay, last thing. Now, some of you may naturally have an eye open practice. If you don't, you're going to want to open your eyes very slowly and keep the gaze down. As you open the eyes, this whole world of color and light floods in. All sorts of reactions will come for what you're seeing. Just open your eyes and notice the world of sight on the outside. This is visual. You are seeing this. With your eyes open, I would like you to reintroduce that image you introduced before in image space. Can you see it with your eyes open? It might be quite subtle. It might be hard to see. This is how we live our lives. We go in and out of seeing image, usually without paying attention to it, thousands of times a day. If you've ever driven and not remembered having driven, this is what you were looking at. Okay. I know it's long meditation. We're almost done. So now, you have the choice, with eyes opened or eyes closed, we're just going to do this for a few minutes, of labeling your experience, see, hear, or feel. If your attention is drawn to anything visual, if your eyes closed, it will be blank or image. If your eyes open, it will be sight. You could defocus and get that rest, or you could also see image with your eyes open. So you've got see, visual, hear, auditory, we explored that space quite well, or feel, body. So just for the next few moments, label see, hear, feel. If they're all available, just pick one and soak into that. Good. Now take a nice deep sigh of relief. Let that all go. Good work. We just covered your entire subjective and objective experience. Your sense of self, who you are, where, when, why, how you feel about it. All the components of that were in what we just covered, interestingly enough. It's another way to cut the pie. It's another way to let go of a sense of limited identity. Now the transition from meditation to non-meditation, especially since we've been sitting so long, is going to involve a lot of stretching. Let's see if we can let the stretching be part of the meditation. So before I ring the bell, I want everyone to stretch as if I rang the bell, but all the movement is mindful and you are feeling everything that you are stretching mindfully. So it's as if I rang the bell, but this is part of the meditation. Stretch out like you would, except not unconsciously. And if something's fallen asleep, kindly talk to it or massage it. Feel in the body, that's feel, as you move the body. And as you stretch, notice what feels different after you stretch. You knew you wanted to stretch. We could go into how you knew you wanted to stretch, but for now let's just go on the sensation. After you stretch, does it feel better? How does it feel better? Would you call that relaxing, ease, or just pleasant sensation? Notice your stretch. Much more fun to stretch mindfully. Excellent. Now, the transition from meditation to life will naturally promote the integration of what we learned in the meditation into your life. When you make that transition slow, gentle, and tuning in, you get the benefits of what you gained in the meditation in your life. Much more. So, good work, everyone. I want to applaud you all. That was a long one.